Okay, now let us discuss about the third type of decay, and that is a gamma decay. This gamma is not a particle. Okay, before we are going to study about the gamma decay, let us discuss some topics here, some understanding about the nucleus. Let us clear it. Like a atom, if you consider the atom, then atom having some different discrete energy levels. Okay, quantized energy. So atom having some quantized energy levels, as we discuss in atom. Okay, like for hydrogen, the first ground state, then after first excited state, then after second excited state, third excited state, like this. So in atoms, the different quantized energy levels are present. Okay, like, and the electrons is jump between this. So electrons is jump here, electrons is transist between two energy states. Electrons are transist between two energy level in atom. So exactly similar in a nucleus also, there is some quantized energy levels are present. So in nucleus quantized energy levels are present. Quantized energy levels are present, and any unstable nuclei release the energy in the form of gamma. Any unstable nuclei is release the energy in the form of gamma decay, and it comes to the stable state. Okay, so this quantized, and inside the nucleus there is also some transitions are possible. So within this quantized energy levels, there is also some transition are possible, and due to this transition, some energy is released by the nucleus. Due to this type of transition, energy is released by nucleus, and this energy is nothing. This energy is called a gamma rays. This radiation is called gamma rays. So in an electromagnetic wave spectrum, the gamma rays having a highest energy. Okay, so this is the gamma rays, nothing. So we call it is gamma decay. First of all, you must be understand how the gamma decay is possible with the nucleus, inside the nucleus. So see, if any unstable nuclei, you consider any unstable nuclei is just a decay, some alpha or beta decay, but it is remain in unstable state. It's not a comes to the stable state after decaying the alpha and beta decay. So any unstable nuclei, any unstable nucleus decayed alpha or beta decay, it's producing the alpha or beta decay, but after decaying this in alpha and beta, this nuclei is not comes again the stable state. So any unstable nuclei after completion of this decay, it is again in unstable states. It's again in unstable states. So this unstable states as this one. So some energy is released, and after this unstable state, gamma decay comes. This is and due to this one, gamma decay is produced, and this after gamma decay, this nuclei is become stable. Nucleus becomes, this is gamma decay, and finally nuclei become stable. So some intermediate states must be present here. So which type of intermediate states are present? Let's we understand this type of intermediate states. Let's see, suppose you consider any x element which is unstable. So Zxa, any unstable, this is the unstable. It is decayed alpha or beta, whatever. So it is converted into Y. So this one is converted into Y. This Y is this element Y is written after this one. Okay. If you alpha, then Z minus 2, A minus 4. If beta minus beta plus, you can written here. So this is the intermediate element. But this one is not comes to stable. Again, this is also unstable. So this is the intermediate unstable state. Intermediate unstable state. So this is denoted like this. This is means nucleus Y is in a excited states. So Y star means what? Nucleus Y is in a excited state. So after this, some energy is released. This nuclei release some energy in the form of gamma ray, in the form of gamma decay, and this unstable nuclei Y is become stable now. This is the stable nucleus after emitting some of this energy. So this is the gamma decay nuclear reaction. This is what? Gamma decay nuclear reaction. Nuclear reaction. Okay, one example is given in our textbook. Let us discuss about this example. So in our textbook, one example is given, 26CO60. Let's us discuss one example which is given in textbook. 27CO60 is releasing the beta minus. If this one is released the beta minus, consider if cobalt is released the beta minus. Let us consider here the beta minus decay. So when this beta minus decay is producing, let us, minus means this is increased by 1, so 27 becomes 28. 60 does not change, so cobalt is converted into Ni. This cobalt is converted into Ni. Okay, like this. And beta minus, so here plus beta minus with the beta minus, you need to know like this. So this is the first process, but right now this is in unstable state. This is what? In unstable state. So again the new process occurs with this one. Okay, and what is the second process from this one? So now 28 Ni 60, which is in unstable state, producing the gamma decay, and it is converted into 28 Ni 60 stable plus energy. This energy is a gamma rays. This energy is what? Actually the gamma rays. This energy is a gamma ray. Okay, like this. So this is the this type of intermediate states is possible after releasing of this one. Okay, but there is a this type of energy states is represented also in a textbook. Let's we write is this type of representation. So first process is this one. Consider it is a 27 CO60, this one. Now it's released the beta minus, so it's released the beta minus, so it's converted into Ni. So these are the energy states of Ni. These are the some energy states of Ni. So here we write this energy states of Ni nucleus. These are some energy states. So this nucleus is just comes here. Now this is called a ground state. This is called a ground state. So this is intermediate state, Ni star, this one. So this is intermediate states. So we write here that is some excited state, like exactly like a atom. Okay, like atom, there is some energy states. So these are the energy states inside the nucleus. So there is a two possibility. So this one is directly jump from here to here, or it's a release jump from first in this orbit, then after in this energy states, then after this energy state. So total 3 gamma are produced. Maybe this one, maybe these two one. Maximum possibility of gamma is how many? 3. First this jump or this jump. What is this energy? So energy is also given in a textbook. 1.17 MeV. This energy is 1.17 MeV, and second energy is 1.33 MeV. 1.33 MeV. Here this energy is this one. Do you understand? Like this. So this is the energy, and when this type of jump is occurs, so within this jump some radiation is coming out. This is the gamma rays. This radiation, due to this type of transition inside the nucleus, some radiation is coming out. This radiation is called a gamma ray. So that is the basic theory of the gamma rays. All of you guys now pause your screen and note down this. Okay, now let us discuss about some example from the textbook which is based on alpha, beta and gamma decay. All of you guys must be remember the theory of this decay. Okay, what happened in alpha decay, what happened in beta decay, and what happened in gamma decay. Then after we are going to discuss about this one. Okay, so first example which is given in our textbook is illustration number 13.6. so write down illustration number 13.6. We have to solve this. First, before we are going to solution, let's write the given data. So what is the given data? We are given the following atomic masses. First one is 92U238. So 92U238. So mass of uranium is equal to 238.05079 AMU. Second mass is given 90 thorium 234. So mass of thorium is equal to 234.04363 AMU. Then after 91 237. So mass of, let's answer the capital U everywhere. So mass of uranium, mass of thorium, and the mass of Pa, and that is equal to 237.05121 AMU. Some another masses are also given to us, and that is the mass of helium. So mass of alpha is equal to mass of alpha means was mass of helium. What is this value? It is equal to 4.00260 AMU. And mass of proton, it means mass of hydrogen, it is equal to 1.00783 AMU. So these are the given data to us. All the mass of these elements are given. Mass of alpha is also given. Mass of proton is also given. This is the given to us. Now here the symbol Pa is represent the element protactinium. So this is the protactinium. Okay. And 92 U230. We have two questions asking in this question. First one, calculate the energy released during the alpha decay of 92 U238. So let us discuss about the first question. So first question is what? So first question is, if this 92 decayed the alpha, then we have to find out energy, how much energy released when the alpha decay from the 92 U238. Then we have to finding out this one. Okay, so how first, if you get the energy of this 92, then you must be required a nuclear reaction. So let us write the nuclear reaction. So nuclear reaction of this one, so alpha decay nuclear reaction. Let us write this nuclear reaction for this one. So what is this? 92 U238. So 92 U238, and alpha decayed from this one. So alpha means what? 2He4. alpha is equal to what? 2h4. It is decayed from here. So as we discussed in last session, all of you guys write the remaining terms here. So 92 here. So what is the atomic number of this new nucleus? So 92 minus 2, that is 90. So here it is 90. 238 minus 4. So what is this? 234. So from the above, which one is 92 to 234? That is a thorium. So write this one is what? Thorium. So this is equal to thorium. So this is our nuclear reaction. This is our nuclear reaction plus energy. So we have to finding out this energy actually. In this relation, we have to find this energy. Actually, this energy is in the terms of kinetic energy of this both element, as we discussed in last session. In the case of alpha decay. So as we already know how to find this energy in this relation, so that is a Q value directly. So find the energy released. So that is Q. Energy release is equal to Q. Sometime it is called E also. So that is E also. And what is this answer? The answer is simple one, delta M into 931.5 MeV. Directly use this relation. So in this relation you can find this delta M separately and put here, so you get the answer of energy in terms of MeV. So before we have put this value, let us find this mass defect. Consider equation number 1. Find the mass defect in this case. So what is mass defect? Mass defect. So find here. So total left hand side mass minus total right hand side mass, that is a mass defect. So delta M. What is left hand side mass? Mass of uranium. Left hand side is only uranium is present. So left hand side mass is mass of uranium minus right hand side, there is a two elements. First one is thorium and second one is alpha. So minus this mass and minus this mass. So mass of thorium minus mass of alpha. So that is the total mass defect in this reaction. So mass of uranium given here, mass of thorium given here, mass of alpha given here, all those terms are given to us. So put this all this value here. So finally you get some answer of delta M in AMU, and put this value into the equation number 1 and find the energy released in this alpha decay process. So put this value here, put here and calculate Q. So this is in homework. So calculation is in homework, and after calculation of this Q value and finally you compare your answer with the textbook. Okay, so that is the first question given in this case. Again this question is given to us. So what is the second question? Let us discuss. B. Two questions asking in the same problem. Let's see what is a B. So show that 92 U238 cannot spontaneously emits a proton. Okay, so we have to prove this. 92 U238 is, if it is emits a proton, it emits a proton, then it is spontaneously not possible. Spontaneously not possible. We have to show this, means we have to prove this. Okay, so how we prove it? So as we discuss in our theory, session, if any process is spontaneous, then there is its Q value must be required to positive. If Q value is negative, it means we supplied some energy to the any nucleus, and there is some nuclear reaction is possible. Okay, and this type of process is not a spontaneous. If any process is spontaneous, it means in this process, in this nuclear reaction, there is some Q value, whatever you get after this calculation, that must be positive. Okay, so we have to prove it is not possible, means if we write any nuclear reaction for the given situation and we find the Q value, and if our answer is negative, then we can say that this is the non spontaneously not possible. So before we are going to find the Q value, we must be write the nuclear reaction for the given situation. So how we write this nuclear reaction? So we have to write the nuclear reaction. This one is emits a proton. So let's write this 92 U 238, 92 U 238 emits a proton. Proton means 1p1. Always proton is written like this. We discussed this about this symbolic form of proton, neutron and electron in the first or second lecture, second session. So 1p1, that is a proton. So 92 uranium 238 is emits this one. So what is remaining here? So here something is remaining. So here 92, here 1, so remaining is how much? 91. So now balance this 92 and 91 plus 1, 92, both are balanced to each other. Now 238 and here it is 1, so that is 237. So what is the given here? 91 237, 91 237, that is this one. So write down here. So that is the nuclear reaction for us. This is the nuclear reaction force, and write here some Q value. So let's be finding out this Q value. If Q value is negative, then our answer is our case is what? Spontaneous process is not possible. Okay, so find the Q value in this situation. So Q value, what is this Q value? Q is equal to left hand side mass minus right hand side mass. So delta M into 931.5 MeV. So what is delta M? So delta M is equal to mass of uranium. So mass of uranium minus mass of Pa, minus mass of proton, into 931.5 MeV. See, all those data are given to us: mass of uranium, mass of this one, proton, this one. So each mass are given to us. All this value are put here, and finally you get some answer in terms of MeV. Again, I am telling to all of you, if it is negative, if this answer is negative, then we can say that this process is not possible spontaneously. Otherwise it is possible spontaneously. Okay, if it is negative, it means you supplied some energy to this nuclear reaction. If it is positive, if it is negative, then we supplied some energy to the reaction, and if it is positive, this reaction released some energy. Okay, like this, and its answer is what? It is given here. So its answer is minus 7.68 MeV. After calculation of this one, so calculation is in homework. And finally answer is what? Minus 7.68 MeV. See, it's minus means it's a spontaneously not possible. Okay, and this answer is what? Actually it is also given here, that is a 4.25 MeV. After putting this value, the answer is what? 4.25 MeV. 25 MeV. Calculation in this both case is in homework. Okay? Before we are solving the next example, all of you guys pause your screen and note this in your books. Okay guys, now let us discuss the next example from the alpha, beta and gamma decay from the textbook exercise. So see the textbook exercise, example number 13.6. so example number 13.6. what is the problem? Write the nuclear reaction for the equations which is given here. Write the nuclear reaction. So first problem in this one, and that is alpha decay of 88 Ra 226. Okay, so we this problem is given to us, alpha decay from here. So very simple case, nuclear reaction, we only write the nuclear reactions, okay, in each cases. So alpha decay from this one, so 88 Ra 226 and plus 2He4. What is this? Alpha. What is this 2He4? Alpha. So balance this reaction. So 88 here 2. So 88 minus 2. What is this? 86. So 86. 226 minus 4. So 222. And 86 is Ra is converted into Rn. So the parent's nuclei is Ra and daughter nuclei is Rn. So that is the first one. Second problem. Number of problems are given here. Alpha decay from this one. So second one is in homework. Same one. Alpha decay of 94 Pu 240. Exactly similar process. So all of you guys write down. This is in homework. Try to solve this example by yourself. Okay. If anyone have a doubt, ask me later on. Now comes to this third one. Let's consider third one. Beta minus decay. Beta minus decay of 15p32. 15p32. That is a very good question. Let us write here the nuclear reaction. So nuclear reaction, beta minus decay from it. So 15p32. What is beta minus? Actually beta minus, that is a electron. So minus 1e0. Beta minus is what? Minus 1e0. So this one is converted like this, minus 1e0 and plus. Okay. Actually here must be write the energy also. Everywhere the energy is present. So as see here, you balance this relation, no problem. Or you can use another method to solve out this problem. In beta minus, Z is increased by 1, as we discussed in the beta decay theory. In case of beta minus, Z is increased by 1 and A is remains same. A does not change. So here what is Z? 15. So it is becomes 16 and A remains same. So 32 as it is. 32 as it is. So phosphorus converted into sulfur, because 16 is a atomic number and here 15 is atomic number. So that is one. And energy, here this energy, actually one small mistake again. If you consider the beta minus, then here the one particle is released, antineutrino, and this whatever the Q value of this relation, see what if you write this relation, whatever the Q value here, so this Q value is shared between the kinetic energy of antineutrino, kinetic energy of beta minus and kinetic energy of this one. So this Q value is shared between this, as we discussed in the theory. Okay, so you revise the theory again. So this is what? Beta minus. This electron is a beta minus. For a similar beta plus, there is a positron. Positron is the antiparticle of a electron. Let's come to this fourth one. So fourth one is beta minus decay. Fourth one, beta minus decay of 83 Bi 210. So exactly similar to this one. So write down, this process is in homework, like this alpha decay, beta minus. So write down, this is in homework. Try to solve this example by yourself. Let's come to this fifth one. What is the fifth problem? Beta plus decay. Beta plus decay of 6C11. So that is a good question. Let us understand this problem. What is beta plus? Beta plus means plus 1 E0, that is called positron. Positron is a anti-particle of electron, and positron having the same mass of electron. Mass of positron and mass of electron both are same. So this is represented as a positron actually, as we discussed in a theory. Okay, so let us release this one. So how we write the nuclear reaction? So nuclear reaction, so write this. So 6C11 is converted into some another nuclei, plus 1 is 0, that is what? Beta plus. With this beta plus, neutrino is released and the Q value of the relation, and we discuss what is the Q value in this case. Now here we discuss, if beta plus decay occurs with any nucleus, then Z is decreased by 1. In case of beta minus, Z is increased by 1. Here Z is decreased by 1. So what is Z here? 6. So it decreased by 1 means what? This 6 is equal to what? 5. And A does not change. 11. So A does not change. So that is boron. So this is the nuclear reaction for the beta plus decay. Write down. And the last one, 6-1 beta plus decay. It is again beta plus decay homework. 6-1 beta plus decay of 43 Tc 97, exactly similar to the above one. So that is in homework. Okay, let's come to the 7-1. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. What is 7? Write this problem. Electron capture, underline this as K capture. Electron capture means what? K capture. So K capture of 54 xenon. 54 xenon Xe 120. K capture means what? One electron is received by the nucleus, one electron is captured by the nucleus from the first shell of atom. So electrons is added. So how we write this nuclear reaction? This is exactly similar to the beta plus decay. In nuclear reaction, this process is exactly similar to the beta plus decay. In case of beta plus decay, 1 at Z is decreased by 1. So write this nuclear reaction 54 Xe 120. One electron is captured, so minus 1 is 0. One electron is captured, minus 1 is 0. So 54 minus 1, so that is equal to 53. 120, that is does not change. So 120 and 53, nucleus number is 4, iridium I. So this is equal to iridium I. So in this way you can write down all this value here. So all of you guys must be understand how to write all this nuclear reaction, because if sometime asking the find the Q value, so you must be required, you must be right first this type of nuclear reactions. Before if you are not write this type of nuclear reaction, then that is quite difficult to solve out the problem. Okay, so must all of you guys pause your screen and note down all this thing, okay, in your notebook.